Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Last Line of Defense. In the last episode, our operatives successfully secured a notable scientist from an alien-held factory. Once back at HQ, sensors picked up an alien spacecraft, which was quickly shot down by our pilots. We sent in the operatives and met with our first outsiders, which was immediately picked off by Kolak's expert aim. The mission another success, Endo was presented with a medal to better aid her, and the team prepares for a new mission in Nagoya, Japan. Dig. That's all I do around here. Dig deeper, risk getting caved in. No one cares about me, or gives me any medals for risking my own life. They just call up and say, "We need this excavated," and off I go, digging more and more. If it were up to me, I'd, "Hey! Back to work!" Yes, boss.
CAO, requesting authorization to deploy.
Solid copy, Big Sky. Strike 1 is cleared to engage.
First thing we do in Japan is send Polak to go and spy and see what's going on inside this garage, and it doesn't seem to be any enemies around. We're going to send Fournier to get into full cover behind that car. So not full cover. Well done. Good commentating there. And Vargas is just going to dash up to the car. Since there are no enemies around and there's a meld canister further along, I feel like it's safe enough to just rush him forward. We haven't seen any enemies yet, and I doubt highly there's going to be enemies around soon until we open one of the doors or we get much closer to the buildings towards us. So after dashing everyone, we can see that the sectoids in fact just walk into the garage. Polak misses her Overwatch shot, but considering it was going through a car, I am not too surprised. And one of the sectoids just runs out, exploring another 2 sectoids that just come up. So that's 4 sectoids active together, which I think is not the most. I think in mission on a second operation we had a similar event going on. But yeah, so what we're going to do with Polak is we're going to run and gun. We know that 3 of them are behind the walls, but that one over there is definitely in vision, and Polak can most likely kill it. So she's going to get a flanking shot on it with 81% chance to hit, and it flies true again. Another critical hit and another kill for Polak. Fournier is just going to run up. She's going to try and get the meld. She can actually dash all the way to the meld. I'm going to run Endo first, get her into that position. Both of the melds are over there, so it's quite important to get to them. She's going to go into a pistol and go into Overwatch. Fournier actually is going to follow her. No, she's going to go into full cover over there. She's probably going to go into Overwatch as well, just to make sure that she doesn't get flanked around, as is Vargas. So if the sectoids come through the door, they will be shot by 2 Overwatch shots. Alien activity doesn't reveal anything. It shows that there's nothing actually going on. I'm not entirely sure what they think they're doing, but they're not going to choose to attack, most likely because they know that there's a position of weakness for them. Endo successfully collects that meld. Polak's going to run forward. I don't particularly want to put her in danger's way, but I kind of feel like I need to run all the way forward just to get all of the enemies visible for the other 2 operatives. So I run Fournier to cover, since she can get a flanking shot from there. 68%. I shoot him, he dies. He also kills another person since he was mind melding him. So that's a good 2 kills, even though I did not see the other kill that I got. Meanwhile, Vargas is going to kind of cover Endo with an Overwatch, just in case, since those 2 sectoids just come out of nowhere. I felt like it was good enough to do that. Movement heard by Polak coming from the left, as well as 2 more sectoids coming from the right. They just burst through the garage, and then they run back in, very, very scared of what's just going on. And that's probably good enough for Vargas. And there's that sectoid that Polak was listening to. So now I have quite a bit of options. I have 2 operatives being able to, well, basically on 2 different sides of the map. And I want to be able to attack the sectoids and kill them all this turn. So Vargas is going to fire with a 71% chance to hit that one. Shoots and kills, doing a critical hit, damaging that one. Endo is going to rush towards the meld, and then it's going to stay in cover there. Polak, meanwhile, she's got a choice of either going out, which is what she's going to do, going out to attack the alien on that side. Flanks manage to get 100% hit, probably just get a critical as well. Yes, she does. taking him out of the equation, and then Fournier is going to run past. There's only one of them left, not visible, so I'm just going to throw a frag grenade out, make sure that I hit him, and she does, killing him straight away, and that kill ends the mission. A very quick and easy mission.
Exemplary performance.
So after coming back to base, we can see we've got 2 promotions. We have Polak, who has leveled up. She either has the choice between lightning reflexes, which goad someone into wasting their overwatch shot on you, because you always get that as a dodge, or you get close and personal, which is the first standard shot made within 4 tiles of a target, does not cost an action. I surprisingly choose to go for the second option of close and personal, which is very odd because I literally would not have expected me to pick that. It is my first time going through this game, to be honest, so that's probably why. Also, our first support, Vargas, actually levels up, gets himself a corporal. We're going to give him covering fire because that is a really, really strong ability to get. We also get some nice stuff for engineers, and panic in Japan being reduced, which is awesome.
We have medals available in the barracks, Commander.
We also have some medals to give, apparently, which we are not going to give. And right after that, we are going to go into mission parole and straight away get meld recombination.
So, what is it, Doctor?
It's remarkable. The crystalline structure housed within the canister is actually a suspension containing billions of cybernetic nanomachines, each made up of both organic and mechanical components.
My team's analysis indicates these microscopic robots are capable of assembling mechanical structures with unprecedented efficiency. With further study and some specialized facilities, we may be able to engineer a sort of cybersuit that interfaces with the human body.
My team is more interested in the possibility of physically altering the tissue itself, incorporating aspects of the alien's own genetic adaptations by using the nanites to fuse the foreign material.
The Commander will have to decide where the greatest advantage lies. Is there anything you agree on?
Given the apparent purpose of the nanites, they allow combining organic materials with one another, or with machines. We have at least agreed to call them
Meld.
What are they trying to achieve? Genetical manipulation? Biotic reconstruction? Mechanical unification? They are acting as gods, believing they have the right to change what makes us, well, what makes us human. This meld. It is pure evil. It is the reason why the invaders cannot be allowed to win, to defeat us. I will not allow them, on my honor, and the honor of the Endo, to defeat us. Meld having been successfully researched, we have a lot of available new facilities, including new gene mods for our gene facility, and also mechs being able to be built later on. The next research I'm going to pick is actually the alien materials, because I feel like that will allow us to build better armor. I know it will allow us to build better armor, which will go well along with our new weapons when we eventually get to research that. We're going to scan for activity in 3 days, 2 days, 1 day. Council report is coming in, the encrypted data being the council report. As you can see, Nigeria, Austria and Mexico are on 3 bars, so we've got to watch out. We get a nice bit of money, 3 scientists and 1 engineer. The scientists can be very helpful for increasing our research facility and capacity, being able to go quicker and such. Also going to look at our facilities. Got quite a few things that have been built. We've also got, with our money, we can build quite a few new things. We're going to go for the satellite uplink so that we can put more satellites around. And we're also, with the money that we've just achieved, going to go into barracks in the officers training school to increase our squad size to 5. Very important upgrade that everyone should get to. Squad size 2 is on the cards as well, but we need someone to get higher up. We're not going to get wet work yet. Instead, we're going to use the money onto other things such as more facilities, which we're going to build. We're actually going to go for a workshop, I believe, which is going to become much more important than anything. It gives us way more engineers, as well as the 10% refund on resources used when building vehicles, projects, and everything. We're not going to go for the genetics labs because that's a bit silly. At the moment, I am just debating what I should get, and I do decide to go for the workshop. Cybernetics labs is for the machines. We're not going to go for those. We're not going to go for either the genetics or the cybernetics quite yet. I don't feel confident enough. I kind of just want to get the basic soldier kitted out first before I even go for that, because it's much more important to do so. Instead, we're just going to go for the workshop. I'm kind of looking... The reason I'm taking so long on this is because it's very important to position them really well, because they get a lot of adjacency bonuses. As you can see, I sort of skirted my mouse around the thermogenerator area. That's going to be my power and uplink area, and this is going to be my laboratories here, and then above are going to be all my workshops and foundries, so that I can get the adjacency bonuses for all of that. So I'm just kind of looking like, what do I want to put where, what do I need to put here. So the laboratory, I'm actually going to pick the laboratory first. That's an interesting choice. I would have gone for the workshop, but okay. Fine, prove me wrong past Paul. But yeah, so we're just going to scan for more activity, get some alien materials, which allows us to build nano vests, which is pretty cool, but it also goes for the carapace armor, which is the first major armor upgrade. We're going to go, however, for the arc thrower first, just so that when we build the alien containment facility, everything's fine. We also get a UFO sighted, so we're going to scramble our interceptors very quickly, send in Raven 2, and then he's going to try and take down and successfully take down the UFO, which is great because that's exactly what we needed to do, which leaves us with another Sky Ranger sent to crash site in the USA with 5 members now. I don't actually want to have 2 heavies on, so I'm going to remove Suleiman, sadly, and we're actually going to put on Humberto Vasquez, the Argentinian, just because I want to have some more diversity in the team. As I said before, the Internationals cross is actually really good. So I'm just going to also do some little squad changing of things, not the abilities but the loadouts. That's what I want to do. Just because I need to put a scope, because I've got a scope, so I'm going to put it onto Endo, make sure that she can aim good. Her new medal will also allow her to get more aim from high elevations, or is it more defense? I think it's more defense per person seen, actually. But yeah, launch mission, and off we go to the USA. And welcome to Urban USA. Since USA is pretty big, I have no idea where it is, but it's not a specific place in the USA apparently. Paulak's just going to go into Overwatch straight away. Fournier is also going to do the same as we try and get kills on everyone else, which would be nice considering the fact that Paulak has so many kills right now. Vargas is going to take the flank. Endo is going to just rush up, try and get herself a hunker down position. She's going to go into full cover here. She's going to hunker down, make sure that she goes on defense. The issue with going for squad sight of, actually I'm not even sure if she's chosen that, but I'm going to, yeah, I mean she's going to go for squad sight anyway. The issue with that is that the issue with snipers, especially at this early game, is just that they don't do much, which means that it's very hard to get them up to the maximum level. But once they get above that sort of stage, when they get the squad sight involved and things like that, they can do a lot. So we've seen the enemy, we know that they're over there, so we're going to get Paulak, we're going to go into Overwatch. Fournier is going to try and flank around, but she doesn't really know where to go, so instead I'm just going to get Marquez to do it himself, sorry. Got your gender wrong there, and he actually spots one of the enemies. Doesn't have a very good chance of hitting, so he's just going to go into Overwatch. Meanwhile, Fournier can't really run it around to better cover, so she's just going to go into half cover, go into Overwatch as well, just in case an alien goes from that side. And Vargas is going to move up as well. We have discovered some melds in the top left corner there. He's actually going to dash, Vargas is, to a position. Endo is not going to shoot because she cannot yet, and then she's going to just go into another hunker down position. Not going to choose to switch to the pistol yet, but there is a sectoid there who does spot and actually hit Marquez, which is awful. He takes 4 damage, which is quite a high amount. He's only got 2 health left. I'm very surprised he didn't panic from that, actually. Something that you will see happens a lot in this in the early stages of this playthrough, is a lack of panic. So Poleax is going to throw a grenade. I realise I'm not going to be able to kill that person, or that sectoid, sorry, and I actually kill another one right next to him. So, you know, that was a pretty good blind grenade there. Well, blind to an extent. I kind of realised that usually they set up between 2. There is a meld canister there, so I'm going to run there. So yeah, that grenade was just very well placed. Fournier taking a dash option. Vargas doesn't really have any cover to go through. I want him to take cover. He takes this cover instead. But I really want them to all be in cover, especially on this kind of map where there's several elevation angles and things like that. Endo is going to dash, but I really don't want her to. But she's going to dash nevertheless. Try and get some ground and cover. Trying to spot people. We spot another meld canister. Marquez on 2 hate points left. Which really sucks for him, but he didn't panic, so that's good. That's all that I really wanted at the moment. And the alien activity continues. Despite this, there's no actual alien activity to talk about. Poleax is going to go forward, going towards the crashed spaceship to see if there's anyone around. Fournier's going to go for the meld, since there's full cover where the meld is, so she's just going to collect it. It collects fantastically, and then she's going to dash up towards the alien spacecraft, and then Vargas is going to dash towards the meld as well. I want to collect the meld very quickly, just to get that out of the way, and then I can attack all the aliens I can see. Of course I can't see any aliens, however I do realise that there is multiple levels, as I mentioned previously, and we can actually notice the outsider who's going to appear and then go into cover over here. And Endo I've placed up above on half cover, and also in an elevated position to use her sniper in the future, which is going to be great. Marquez does not have enough percentage chance to hit, so he's not actually going to go for anything, but he gets shot at again and actually dies. So Marquez is our first killed person. Like, you would have died straight away just because he was unlucky enough to be shot at twice and actually take damage. Like, I don't think he was in a worse position than anyone. He just happened to be shot at twice and then killed. So yeah, first death, brilliant, exactly what we wanted. But yeah, things happen. So we're just going to run Poleax up. I decide to run and gun so that I can shoot at the outsider. I managed to 68% though, it's not a lot, and I do hit it though. Poleax showing that she is the squad leader that she needs to be and successfully doing her job. Fournier is going to take cover over there and go into Overwatch just in case another alien shows up. Vargas is going to go for the meld and collect it. So the meld having been collected, we can now move up, dash towards the spaceship. Endo is going to keep her position above the starship just in case anything happens, and the early activity shows that nothing really happens. I did a little change there, as you saw. That is because I crashed, because the game actually does crash on multiple occasions. This is due to my laptop mostly. I think that was a game crash though more than anything. Luckily this game autosaves, so that's great. But yeah, you'll see quite a few cuts over the series, and those mostly will be crashes. Well, actually, there'll always be crashes. Then we go to the center of the spaceship. Well, we spot the center of the spaceship, and Dr. Valen tells us that it's really important to not destroy anything here. But there's nothing to destroy, or at least there's no reason to destroy it, considering the fact that there are no aliens in the proximity. Inactivity. It's their turn again, and we actually notice that they are behind us, which is very reminiscent of the first level, where we completely just bypassed them for no reason whatsoever other than our own incompetence. So Poleax is going to dash. We're just going to send all of our dudes towards that area. It's probably just going to be sectoids or thin men. And then Dr. Shen has some stuff to tell us about the centers, telling us how amazing that equipment is. If I have to say one thing about this game, it's that I wish you could skip the dialogue. Like, as much as it's interesting and stuff, and it adds to all of the lore and things, it just gets annoying after a while when they just, you know, keep saying the same things, or at least you could be able to move your characters. That would be fantastic. Anyway, enough complaining. We're just going to move our troops further into cover. We're going to try and spot those enemies as fast as possible, try and get the mission done. Ender's going to pick a better position. She's going to actually go into Overwatch because I don't particularly want her to be in trouble if an alien randomly appears next to her. We hear once again, thanks to Fournier this time, that the aliens are towards the left of the map, so we're just going to run Porlak down. We're going to dash her, in fact, into cover so that she can maybe spot them, but that does not come to fruition. I'm at the position now where Fournier was before, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the camera around the long way around, because of course that's just how it works. Try and get ourselves into cover for later. Vargas is going to run and just, well, dash. I'm going to say dash. I'm going to say run instead of dash a lot. That's just because of the way that my mind thinks. So yeah, he's just going to dash into position. And then Endo is going to take another position higher up. I'm going to see if she can spot the enemy from there, but no, she still cannot, so she's just going to go into Overwatch. Alien activity once again shows that the aliens are obviously in that direction. I mean, this is obvious at this point. Slowly pinpoint them down. Porlak is going to move up. She's going to take cover behind those, see if she can spot them, and in fact she does. And they're floaters. First time we see these guys, they got 4 health. They fly around a bit. They got some good abilities and some very strong in general. Fournier is going to move up. She's going to try and shoot one of them down as best as she can. Getting some quite low-ish hits, but 68%, that's enough. Gets our little hollow thing done, but doesn't really need it because she kills one of them. Vargas, meanwhile, is just going to move up. I'm going to put him on Overwatch as well, so that he can shoot at anything that comes up. Doesn't actually get any sights on anyone. He's just going to go to Overwatch, and in fact Endo is going to equip her sniper rifle, which, because she doesn't have squad sight, she can't use, which is really irritating. The floater is going to move. Oh no, it's not. It's going to shoot at Fournier and completely miss, which is great for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Porlak up, get him a flank shot. It's not actually a flank shot, but it's 52%, so it's either hits or miss. It pretty much hits, does quite a bit of damage, and the mission ends, but at what cost? My son! My son! You filled him with your propaganda and you took him from me. I'll never forgive you! Fuck you! Fuck your aliens! Give him back! Give him back! The squad returns to base to collect their promotions and also to give back the body of Martez, who sadly is our first killed in this Let's Play. So, promotion for Fournier, she becomes a sergeant. She either gets a shredder rocket or the suppression option. I'm just going to go for suppression just because that's just better. The shredder rocket could come in handy, but you use suppression so much more, and it's just better. Although it does give you a plus 33% damage from all sources in the next 4 turns. You don't really need it. It's not a thing that you actually need. Suppression is just so much more useful. You get a free Overwatch shot from it. It does use a bit of thing. And also, Porlak gets her lieutenant, which is great. She definitely deserves it for the amount of kills. She got 16 kills in 6 missions. That's pretty insane. That's more than 2 kills a mission. So yeah, we're going to give her rapid fire. No, we're not. We're not going to give her rapid fire. We're going to give her flush, because I didn't realise just how good rapid fire was. I thought the flush would be so much more useful. Turns out that it's not, so poor Porlak has been stuck with my issues. My failures in being able to choose what best suits my characters. Don't worry, later on in the playthrough this does not become a mistake. But I go to the memorial just to see Humberto Marquez, his poor death. It happens. So yeah, we're going to go to our medal. We got a defender's medal now, which is a different power. Either just never panic, which didn't become an issue, and mech kit and restoration give +2. I probably I go for the panic option, even though that hasn't been a problem, because I would assume that a lot of my people would panic. But yeah, you'll see why that is not really the best of things to have. Also, we can lead by example, but we don't have enough money to really do anything else in the officer's school, so we're not going to do anything. We can, however, build some stuff. We can build a Phoenix cannon, which is 11, which is actually no money at all, and it's great. It's because we have 14 engineers, we got so many engineers very quickly, that we can now build these things really fast, and we actually have enough, and I am going to build 3 of those, because the Phoenix cannon much better than what we've got currently, which is, I think, the Avalanche missile, which sounds cool, but it's really not that good. So yeah, we also just slowly checking everything. I was about to say the abilities, but that's not what it is.
The council is requesting your attention.
Council communication, we have a new
Transmission
mission
coming in
now. So yeah, we can actually see what it's called. It's called Portent, apparently. 1 scientist, 1 engineer, and 150 creds for that. We're going to take our squad up, and we're going to be able... We actually... are we going to get rid of it? Yeah, we are. We're going to get rid of Suleiman and instead put our new rookie, Yang. I kind of want to just get more and more rookies out of that. So there we go. I'll see you in the next episode. Despite the loss of their first soldier, the Xcom project had had nothing but successes to this point. The aliens, although still out in force, were nothing if not surprised at the effectiveness of the humans' defense. The Council was more than content with the results, but they were still skeptical. Whilst advances at understanding the enemy were made, no one knew why they were attacking, or what they wanted to do with the abducted humans. One thing was sure, however, the Xcom was the best chance to succeed.